Welcome back to the weekly AI news on the AI with Arun show. It is Sunday, February 1st, 2026. We have 29 massive stories to get through. From a $350 billion valuation to nuclear simulations in North Korea, we are covering everything. Let's get straight to the facts. We start with the big three headlines that define the industry right now. First, Anthropic has just secured a historic funding round, raising $20 billion. This pushes their valuation to a staggering $350 billion US, officially making them one of the most valuable private entities on Earth. Second, OpenAI is cleaning house. As of January 31st, they officially announced the retirement of the Legacy GPT-4 models. They are pushing everyone toward the new, reasoning-centric OpenAI O series. And third, Google DeepMind launched Project Genie. If you are a US Ultra subscriber, you can now build interactive virtual worlds using nothing but natural language. Let's talk about the money and the metal behind these models. Anthropic's new $350 billion valuation proves we have entered capital first era. Only the megalabs can afford to play this game anymore. But software needs hardware. NVIDIA just doubled down, investing $2 billion into the cloud startup CoreWeave at over $87 per share. Their goal? To build over 5 gigawatts of data center capacity by 2030. The infrastructure build-out is accelerating, not slowing down. The theme this week is Agentic AI that does the work for you. Google's Project Genie is democratizing simulation. You can generate a playable environment for gaming or architecture just by describing it. Meanwhile, Anthropic is turning Claude into a project manager. On January 30th, they launched interactive tools that let Claude directly manipulate apps like Slack, Asana, and Canva. And with OpenAI retiring GPT-4 to focus on reasoning models, it is clear, the days of simple chatbots are over. We are moving to systems that think and act. In consumer hardware, Apple is making moves in audio. They've acquired the Israeli startup Q.A.I to bring advanced whispered speech recognition to the AirPods and Vision Pro. AI with Arun Show has a deep dive on this topic. You will see the video link in the description below. Samsung confirmed on January 31st that they are looking at subscription fees for premium AI features on Galaxy devices starting in 2026. Just like software, your hardware features are about to become a monthly bill. Artificial intelligence is also getting a body. Breaking news involving Microsoft and OpenAI. They are in talks to pump $500 million into Figure AI, a humanoid robot startup. They want to put GPT-level brains into robot bodies for factory and home use. Traditional industry is reacting too. Volkswagen just launched a specialized AI lab on January 31st Street. They aren't just doing dashboard gadgets. They are using AI for smart sorting and logistics and even meal planning for their factories. If you run a business, 3 updates you need to know. Shopify just rolled out its Magic Media Editor nationwide. You can now generate professional product photos instantly. No photographer needed. Yelp has completely overhauled its platform with 20 new AI features. It can now understand complex requests like, find me a quiet cafe with vegan options for a 2 p.m. meeting. And keep an eye on Limy. This Israeli startup, founded by special ops veterans, just raised $10 million to build the Agentic web for brands. In healthcare, the data silos are breaking down. OpenAI has acquired a startup called Torch. This allows them to integrate unified medical records directly into ChatGPT, meaning we are getting closer to a true AI medical assistant. On a global scale, the Gates Foundation and OpenAI launched Horizon 1000 on January 26th. This is a $50 million initiative to bring AI diagnostics to 1,000 clinics in Africa by 2028. Now the regulators are scrambling. In Europe, it's messy. The EU proposed amendments to the AI Act, extending compliance deadlines to August 2026 for high-risk systems. But there is a fight breaking out. A new digital omnibus proposal sparked a debate in Berlin this week. Critics warn it might water down GDPR privacy rules to help AI training. The EU's own privacy watchdogs issued a sharp critique, warning the Commission not to lower the bar on safety just to move faster. While Europe debates, others are building frameworks. India released a major white paper on January 24th, outlining a techno-legal framework to balance innovation with safety. Tech leaders there are also pushing the 2026 budget to include a dedicated AI adoption fund for small businesses. In the U.S., federal action is slow, so states are stepping up. Washington State just issued the first comprehensive guidelines for generative AI in government, setting a transparency standard for the rest of the country. The risks are escalating, and so are the lawsuits. The Doomsday clock was moved to 85 seconds to midnight on January 27th, with scientists citing AI and nuclear risks as the main reasons. The Doomsday Clock is a symbolic warning created after World War II to show how close humanity is to global disaster, like nuclear war. Midnight represents total catastrophe, and the Times shows the expert's view of the risk level. The Bulletin's board adjusts it yearly based on threats. It first focused on nukes, moved to 3 minutes in 1949 after Soviet bomb test, added climate change in 2007, and now includes AI and biotech risks. Furthest from midnight, 17 minutes in 1991 post-Cold War. Closest, 85 seconds in 2026. In the courts, Anthropic has settled a massive copyright lawsuit for $1.5 billion. This is huge. It effectively ends the era of unchecked data scraping and sets a price tag on using pirated books for training. Let us talk geopolitics. The US-China rivalry is heating up. China's DeepSeek unveiled a new training method on January 24th that makes scaling models easier, challenging US dominance. China is also locking down its borders digitally. They are enforcing a local-first principle, tightening standards through 2026 to ensure their AI ecosystem is completely distinct from the West. This is where it gets scary. Russia is preparing to deploy SWAT, an AI decision support tool for frontline military operations, starting this April. Even more concerning, intelligence reports from January 31st confirm that North Korea is using AI to run nuclear reactor simulations, bypassing sanctions to optimize their weapons program. AI proliferation is now a nuclear threat. Because of these geopolitical tensions, nations want their own infrastructure. Australia just activated its first sovereign AI inference node in Sydney on January 30th. Using tech from SCX AI, this allows them to keep sensitive government data onshore, decoupling from American cloud giants. Finally, let's look at Africa, which is becoming a hub for efficiency. Microsoft has partnered with the SABC, South African Broadcasting Corporation, to train millions of people in AI skills using public TV platforms. And a new KPMG report released on January 28th shows that African businesses are adopting AI rapidly, using cost consciousness as a competitive advantage to drive real ROI. So, let's recap the week. 2026 is shaping up to be the year of sovereignty and specialization. We have military AI deploying in Russia and North Korea. We have massive valuations for Anthropic. We have Australia and India building their own sovereign grids. And for you, the consumer, companies like Samsung are getting ready to charge you for the best features. The technology is maturing, but the costs, both financial and ethical, are rising. That is your complete download for the week of February 1st, 2026. If you found this valuable, please hit like and subscribe to the AI with Arun show. What scares you more? North Korea's nuclear AI, or the end of free AI features on your phone? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week.